different rules, different homes. You know, there are a lot of different ways that parents struggle with this. Differences, you know, mom thinks that Hayden shouldn't text at the dinner table, but dad lets Hayden text wherever he wants, whenever he wants. Yep, dad is of the opinion that Amy should only be watching G-rated movies, but mom doesn't have an issue with her watching PG-13 as long as she's in the room. What do we do about those? How do we handle that? You know, there is an endless number of ways that those differences can crop up. And unfortunately, what often happens is that parents put energy into trying to change what goes on in the other household instead of putting their energy into what they can control, which is their household. What do you want your home to look like? So how does this play out for parents? Well, one of the problems that parents have is that they struggle over control. We just talked about. What do you do about that when you have issues of control? Find common ground. We mentioned that earlier. You may not see eye to eye about all discipline issues, but what overarching issues do you agree on? So maybe you think that different bedtimes, you don't agree on bedtimes, but you do agree that you want to be raising well-behaved, respectful kids with good values that are doing well in school. You know, what can you identify that you agree on and focus on those? Don't sweat the small stuff. But I can't tell you the number of times that parents really struggle on this issue of allowing different to be different. This is a hard one to let go of. You don't have to do it exactly the same to get it right. The upside is kids get two different ways of experiencing life. And when they go out into the world, they'll make their own choices. I frequently tell parents, you know, if you are in a boat out in the ocean with your ex and your child falls overboard, are you going to argue over who's the best swimmer, or are you going to get in and save them? This is what we're talking about. Don't spend your time arguing over who's the best swimmer. Yeah, and it was all your fault. We also have touched upon this. Consistency is so, so important. How do we give kids that day in and day out? Kids do best when they know what to expect. Kids can adjust to different rules. They can adjust to different structure if you let them know what to expect when they are with you. And if you think about it, kids do this all the time. Look at schools. Does every teacher have the same rules? Nope. And kids learn very quickly. They'll tell you, Mrs. Smith, you know, has you set up your paper this way. But if you go to Mrs. Thompson's room, it's something totally different. Mr. Jones, he's got a whole different game going. They figure it out. But that's also because when kids enter that room, teachers are doing the same thing in the same way, and they remind kids. Here's what we do in this classroom. Here's my expectations. And when we are parenting apart, we need to help our kids with that.